We listen, we don't judge. Practice it with your spouse. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel, Life, Love, and Relationships. My name is Oluwakemi. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Life, Love, and Relationships. Last week, we delved into the matter of the topic actually. Think you married the wrong person? And today we'll be taking that further to discuss just a bit more on self-reflection. That's last week we talked about how you can self-reflect and then bring yourself into a place of gratitude so that whatever decision you're making can be advantageous to you and your relationship. This week we will continue with self-reflection after you must have done all we discussed last week of reflecting and coming into the place of gratitude. One more thing that you must do is to sit down, self reflect again, and really think about why, what precisely is making you to be unsatisfied in your relationship. You need to narrow down to the issue itself that makes you very unsatisfied in that relationship. Because understanding the root cause of your dissatisfaction in that relationship can help you address what the issue is and help you understand how you can advantageously handle the matter. Identify specific issues because when the feeling is all vague, you really may not be able to put a hand on what the matter is, and then is when you know what the problem is that you can know how to fix it or the steps you should take in fixing it. Avoid the matter just being vague in your mind or your perspective. Make sure you drill down, sit down with yourself and reflect deeply on what you really think the issues are with your partner. Are there particular behavioral patterns, things that your spouse does that make you feel unhappy about the matter? Before you even sit with your partner, you need to sit with yourself, identify the issues. You also need to be proactive enough to look at how what you are doing is contributing to how your partner is able to bring the best version of themselves to that relationship. As you're looking at what your partner is doing, look at what you are also contributing. And in some situations, it can be like a rigmarole, right? If your partner is doing something and then you're not happy about it and you focus too much on that, it makes you become reactive instead of responsive. For instance, you don't like your partner coming back late from the office. You don't like the lifestyle of staying out too late. That's not the way you were raised. It's a concern for you. It's a genuine concern and it's a valid point. It's a valid reason for you not to be happy with this pattern or behavior. But could you sit with yourself and say, have I looked at the reason? Have I tried to understand why this person comes home late? What is the reason? How can I support him or her to be able to come home earlier so that I'm not overly worried? Sit with yourself, look at those patterns and behaviors and see how you're also contributing to it. Because your complaint continue to drive your spouse farther away from you because he knows that anytime he or she comes back to the house with what they are met with, first of all, is your unhappy, is your angry face. Even if he has to close at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m., because he knows that he's going to meet you angry at the door, this reaction will probably force him to even stay longer, to stay till 10, 11 p.m., just to ensure that by the time he or she has come into the house, you have slept so that they can avoid that episode of anger. Because whether you like it or not, even if your spouse is doing something that is wrong, the way you react to the situation can further drive your spouse away from you, can further deepen the problem or even make it worse. You need to sit with yourself, reflect and see how what you're doing is also contributing to making the matters worse or is helping your partner to also check this pattern of behavior that you do not like. Once you've sat with yourself, you've had this deep, honest reflection, that kind of reflection that you have with yourself. You will need to be truthful with yourself, because if you're not coming from a place of truthful and wanting to help yourself, wanting to help your partner, wanting to help that relationship, to be honest, sometimes we also do this without even us knowing. When we're trying to address a problem in our relationship, we tend to come from a point of view of wanting to prove ourselves right, of wanting to show that, yes, my point of view is right. Don't do that. Try to be as objective as possible so that you can truly drill down to helpful ways to deal with these patterns or behaviors that you don't like, or whatever reason it is why you believe very strongly that you married the wrong person. Once you've done this, once you've self-reflected and then you have all your facts put together in this self-reflection meeting, you need to also be able to put your emotions away. I know that's difficult because, yes, emotions come to play because you're already feeling bad and thinking that you married the wrong person, but you must be very objective in your analysis of what the issues are and what your partner is doing and how your reaction is also contributing to it. Once you get to this point, you must then move forward to have an open communication with your partner. Open communication is not an invitation to be rude. Regardless of how wrong you think your partner is, regardless of how right you think you are, you can have an open communication that is mutually respectful. Initiate a honest, open, and respectful communication with your partner about the patterns and behaviors. Effective communication is very key to understanding each other's perspectives and then reaching a common ground. Your goal is not to be right. Your goal is not to show your partner how wrong he is. Your goal is to meet, because the truth is you can't change people. You're not going there to try to change him. You're going there to let him see how those behaviors and patterns are contributing to how happy both of you are in your relationships. Make sure that you're coming with a style of effective communication that can help both of you to reach a common ground. For instance, is there anything I can do to support you such that you can close earlier from work? Then you will look at it that you are really thinking about him or her and seeing how you can also help them to deal with this issue. You're not just coming to dump blame on them or just to show them, to put it in their face that they're wrong about this issue. You're also coming as a supportive partner. Try as much as possible to focus on the positives in your relationship. Your relationship cannot be outright altogether completely bad. When you focus on the positives, it can help you shift your mindset from negativity to gratitude. And like we said in the last video, gratitude is a place where your heart must genuinely come into. Focus on the positive aspects and the qualities that you appreciate in this spouse. It will definitely help you to move from a place of negativity to positivity. And that's really important if you must move forward in this, if you must try to shift your mindset from thinking that you married the wrong person and just handling the matter at hand so that both of you are happier and more fulfilled in your relationship. Practice empathy in dealing with your partner. Try to see things from their point of view, because you never really see other people's point of view until you step into their shoes, until you understand why their worldview is the way it is. Could it be their upbringing? Could it be some deliberate, intentional, calculated effort for the past 30, over 30 years, over 20 something years, over 40 something years of their lives that they are now used to? You have also had your worldview shaped simply because of the way you were raised, of your worldview from how you were raised in the environment you were raised in. Try to understand that you both cannot see things in the same light. And that's the beauty of marriage anyway. But you need to be able to come to a place where you can accept their worldview and why they do the things, why they do things the way they do. Be more accommodating. Your way is not only the way of doing things. Be empathetic and be more accommodating in accepting how they handle matters. Your way is not the only right way of doing things. There can be several ways of achieving the same result. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 0 is 4. We all arrive at the same result. It's just what the numbers we've put together to arrive at this result is different. But at the end of the day, we all get 4. And no approach is wrong. No approach is necessarily wrong. Even though you believe that your partner is the one who is wrong, still, you both are in this together. Offer emotional support. To that thing they are doing wrong. Offer emotional support. That is how you can truly help them to see what they're doing and then help them out of that situation that you believe is wrong. Listen actively to your partner's feelings and experiences without being judgmental. That thing that is going on social media now, we listen, we don't judge. Practice it with your spouse. Really, really listen to them. And don't do this thing when you're listening to people, you're actually listening from a place of you want to know how to respond. Don't do that. Actually listen. That's how you truly understand and take in their perspective and you step into their shoes. Don't listen to know how to respond to them or how to prove to them that what they are saying does not make sense. Don't do that. Listen actually to understand why they do what they do, why they are saying it from that perspective, why they think it's okay to do what they do. Really listen, really listen. Listen without being judgmental. One of the reasons why you should listen is because when you listen without being judgmental, your partner feels valued. Your partner feels valued and they feel understood. Earlier on, we've tackled the topic vulnerability in relationships. If a partner does not feel valued and understood, you won't be able to get the result that you want. Make sure you listen to the point that this partner feels, oh, they look at you and they're like, this girl, oh, this guy is beginning to get me just because you're listening, right? Listen and help your partner to feel valued and understood. It's very important. This one is rather a delicate one, setting boundaries in relationships, because it opposes the very idea of being vulnerable to one another. But if you must come to a place where you truly respect and honor each other, there must be certain boundaries. And I would take this from a place of mutual respect. Set boundaries. Let your partner know, oh, it's not okay to talk to me in this manner. We cannot talk to one another and must be mutual. We cannot talk to one another in this manner. Set boundaries. Clear boundaries can help prevent misunderstanding and conflict. What best can I use as an example? Clear boundaries. Oh, little things like I don't appreciate it when you talk to me in this manner. I don't like it when you talk to my in-laws in this manner. It must be clear, right? So that both of you can avoid unnecessary conflicts. Conflict happens because both parties do not understand how far you can go before your partner feels offended or feels spoken to in a rude manner or in a way that is not acceptable. Another thing you must do, and this is what both of you need to do together. You must revisit relationship goals. Revisit your relationship goals. What are the set objectives that both of you have agreed upon to achieve in this marriage? Revisit happy memories. When you look down memory lane, there must be things both of you have done together, that you celebrated together, that made you hope for this relationship that you have. Revisit those memories, those happy moments. Go down memory lane and just talk to one another about those things you used to do that used to make both of you happy, and look for how you can recreate those moments. Revisiting happy memories can remind both of you actually of the reasons you fell in love, things that you enjoyed doing together, things that you enjoy seeing your partner do, things that just made you know that, oh, this is the person that I'm going to marry. So revisiting those happy memories can help you remember why you fell in love. And in most cases, you would find out that that reason is still there. It's just that those unpleasant things have found a way to cover those reasons why you fell in love with your partner and why you decided to stick with them and go ahead and marry them. Show appreciation. We talked earlier about focusing on the positive, the positive things that your partner does. Show appreciation, no matter how small. They come in, they remind you to take your shoes as you're going to work. They help you. Oh, you forgot your phone. Little things, no matter how little, no matter how big, show appreciation for the things that your partner does for you. Show appreciation for the things that your partner do to you. It's really about mindset. It's about moving your mind from a place of complaint to a place of gratitude. And you need to look inwards to see what you can do to shift your mind from complaint to gratitude. Unless it's a completely bad case where, oh, there's no hope, this person is outrightly bad. Oh, this person is I don't want to say that, but outrightly bad. But we all have our positive side. So focus on those positive side and show appreciation for what your partners does for you and does to you. It's really important that you learn to forgive. And I know this thing we say forgive and forget. Forget is not in the Bible, really. And please educate me. I don't think I've come across it in the Bible. It's kind of difficult to forget, but you must get to that point where when you even remember, you try to put it at the back of your mind, right? And there are things you can do that can help you to get to the point where you're constantly trying to move away from past grievances and not remind your spouse about past grievances. Because what you do is, so if you tell a child, for instance, don't touch this, you've reminded them that that thing is available. So the propensity for them to go back to that thing is high because you've tempted them with it. You keep shoving it in their face because you've put it in their face. The propensity for them to repeat that, to do that thing you've actually told them not to do, is there. But if you don't mention it, and both of you have sat down to look at ways where to look at how he got to that point, or how she got to that point of doing that wrong thing, and you've truly learned from that mistake, you've analyzed how you got to that point, what both of you could have done differently, or what your spouse could have done differently, so that they don't land on that mistake. When you've done that, you've done all that you could, and there's no need just revisiting past grievances. There's no need revisiting past grievances. Because guys, we must really learn to forgive and forget. Holding on to past mistakes and not forgiving this person can create barriers between the two of you. It can create resentment, because as you are resenting what he has done, he would also resent you for continuously shoving it in his face. True forgiveness can pave the way for healing and growth. And a lot of times you can think that you've forgiven your partner rather, but you've not really. The fact that you keep bringing it up, you have not forgiven them. Please forgive in a way that can enhance healing, and it can help your relationship, both of you actually, to move forward from that experience, from that unpleasant experience in your marriage or in your relationship. Another thing you can do is, sometimes you may find out that you resent your partner because both of you have not maintained individuality in individual interests. As much as we're trying to become one, we're two individuals. Try to maintain your individual interests. If you love doing something and your partner does not love doing it, do it. But just make sure that you're making considerations for them. You're not doing it in a way that impacts how they can live with you, so to speak. Your partner loves reading books. You would rather watch video. Allow yourselves to be yourself. Allow him to be him. Allow her to be her. Don't try to change people. Don't try to ensure that you're don't when we say you should align your belief systems and values, we're not talking about interests. Don't try to align your interests. Your partner does not, for instance, I love reading books. I love reading books. I love reading books. My husband on the other hand would rather just watch something, consume content, and he's gotten it. I enjoy the process of having to read that book for a whole week. My husband can just sit down 1 hour, he has listened to the video, and he's good to go. Don't try to change your partner. That is really the beauty of relationship, like I always say. Don't try to change your partner. Maintain your individual interest. I love tennis. My husband loves football, so that both of you can keep being interesting to one another. Don't try to force your partner. For instance, when he's watching football, I try to sit with him as well. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm enjoying it, but it's just a way I believe that we can spend time with one another, or just enjoy the moment with one another. But it doesn't mean that I'm giving up what I love to do. It doesn't mean that he has to give up what he loves to do because he wants to please me. Just in case you got to this point because you have dropped your individual interest in a bid to please your partner, in a bid to align your interests. Please, let's be clear. Aligning your values, your beliefs is different, is completely different from aligning your interests. You don't even have to like the same thing. You don't have to enjoy doing the same thing. Make sure that in coming together as one, you also maintain the things that make both of you, what makes me Oluwakemi and what makes my husband Oluwatosin, for instance. I don't want my husband to lose himself simply because he's married to me. And I don't want to lose myself simply because I'm married to him. Try and maintain your individuality in your marriage as much as possible. And I must say that wisdom is needed here. Wisdom is needed here because in maintaining your individuality, it doesn't mean that you're doing things as everybody's just doing anyhow. And no, that's not what we're talking about. Sit down with one another, have honest and open communication, and even the way you do things in the manner in which you both go about your day, and just run things as individuals and as a very and as a family. That's very important. This will also lead me to self-care. Self-care is not a sin. Self-care is not a call to selfishness. Just make sure that you are taking care of yourself, of your physical need, your emotional need, your spiritual need. You cannot expect your spouse to be everything to you. You don't want to be a burden. Don't have unrealistic expectation that your partner must be everything to you. You are responsible for your life. If your spouse was to be completely responsible for you, I guess God would have told us that, oh, marriage is in heaven. So when you get to heaven, you have to explain your wife to God. You have to explain your husband to God. But we're all going to face the judgment at individual level. Please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself spiritually. Make sure that as much as both of you are praying together, you're also praying on your own. You're praying alone as a person, first of all, before you're praying as a wife, before you're praying as a husband, before you're praying as a mother, before you're praying as a father. Thrive in your individuality. Take full responsibility for your life. Don't have unrealistic expectations of what you think your partner should be doing or what role they should be playing in your life. It's good if you have all of those. Really, there are roles. So I'm not saying that there aren't roles that your partner should play. There are roles. There are roles that your partner or your spouse should play in your life. But I'm saying that you also have a role to play. You have a responsibility to yourself. So take care of yourself. However, you need to take care of yourself physically, emotionally. If you're going to the salon and just being alone makes you being alone makes me happy. It makes me like, just leave me in the room to myself I can be curled up reading a book in a room for days and not have to come out. Maybe I'm coming out just to drink water. Or I'm good like that. My husband is he's an outdoorsy. Any day, anytime. He's happy. He's very happy about it. Maintain your individuality and make sure that you're taking care of yourself the way you need to take care of yourself. And there's something that I would also like to add here. Listen, for me, for instance, personally, listening to my inner voice when I'm alone is extremely crucial to me. Just I wake up in the morning and 30 minutes, 1 hour before I get up, before I do anything, I just want to listen to me. At night, before I sleep, because I can be a very expressive person, right? But also, I learned to listen to my inner voice. What is my spirit saying to me? What are those signals that I did not pick up during the day? But if I reflect at night, or if I reflect first thing in the morning, it comes back to me and I can quickly take a second chance to act on those things. Those things make it keeps me going. If you're that kind of person and you're neglecting that need you have to take care of yourself in that manner, you wouldn't be happy. And the probability is that you would project that unhappiness and frustration and lack of fulfillment on your partner. But whereas this is a need that you should be providing for yourself. Please take care of yourself emotionally, physically, psychologically, whatever you need to do to keep yourself sane. Do it. Take responsibility for your self-care. Like I've said earlier, it is not a call to selfishness. It is when you are well taken care of that you can project a positive vibe to your partner, and then both of you can come together and vibe in the right way that you should be vibing together. But if you're frustrated, it's frustrated. When you come together, it's explosion, and you definitely do not want that. Spend quality time together. Spend quality time together. I've said it many times before that date nights does not necessarily have to be expensive. I think a couple of weeks ago, myself and my husband went to an amala joint, and it was in the afternoon. We were both at home. I was on my laptop. I was working. He was on his laptop. He was working, and I think something happened. He said he was going to do something. I can't remember. And I just like, oh, that amala you said you ate with your friend yesterday. Can you come and show me the place? And we went and we sat down. We ate amala. We were there for about 2 hours, just talking in the hot afternoon. We finished eating. We were using toothpick to floss, and we just had a good time sitting down. The conversation we had that day was completely different from the kind of conversation that we would have sitting in the same home office working together, right? It's just different. Spend quality time. I'm like Ajelojo was probably I don't think it was nothing expensive really. It was the regular canteen. Be intentional about spending quality time together. And spending quality time together is not necessarily the activity. It's just enjoying one another's presence. Like we ate tamala, we talked. I can remember one of the questions that I asked him that day is, what could I do to make whatever is going on in your life now easier? What do you think I can do to help? What do you think? He sat back and he omikole. I don't know the English of omikole. And he gave me the answer. So spending quality time enables you to also rub minds, rub hearts, know what is going on in each other's lives, and be contributive, be positively contributive to your spouse's life in a very helpful, supportive, and positive manner. Like I've said, this thing is really the mindset. Always make sure that you are intentional about moving your mindset from a complaint and negative perspective to a gratitude perspective. And one of the ways to do it is all these things we're talking about. Forgive one another, be grateful about their positive side, forgive. I don't want to repeat myself, but you get the gist. Lastly, I would say be open-minded. Be open-minded. As much as we talk about aligning your belief system and value system, there will still be areas of differences. There will be many areas where you should overlap. For those who are married already, there will be many areas where you have many overlapping areas, but there will also be many areas where both of you are just different. And there's nothing, you've been married for 10, 20, 30 years, but that individualism is still there. Both of you are just different in so many ways. Be very open to change, be open to flexibility, be open to adapt to how your partner keeps evolving, right? Because there was a time when you were happy with the choice you made at the time when you were marrying them. Hopefully you were happy. As they have evolved, because you must evolve. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 15 or 16, 17. Oh my God, 17 years ago when I got married. My worldview has evolved. My partner's view, I want to believe also, has evolved over time. You have to be very open-minded, be flexible, be adaptive. At the very core, your value systems and your belief systems will not change and should not change, because the truth is one. The truth has been the truth 2000 years ago, AD, and it is still the truth today. Your belief system and your value system at the very core should be the same. But as the world evolves, try to be flexible enough to do what you have to do to live in this moment. Like a pastor I love very much would always say that if God's goal is for us to just become born again and go to heaven, then as soon as all of us give our lives to Christ, we should all just die immediately and go to heaven. But there's a reason why we're here on this earth. We're here to do something, right? And whether you realize it or not, your marriage has a contributing role to fulfilling your destiny. You must make sure that you're keeping a happy home as much as God would help you. If you find, especially when you know that you are in a godly marriage, in a God ordained marriage. Don't say, oh, this is me, I can't change. Please, you can. If you make the effort to change and get better. In fact, the goal is you keep getting better as you evolve with time. I hope today these few considerations that we've put down, you find them helpful to help you move your mind from thinking that you married a wrong person. And then there are cases where you would actually think you married the wrong person, regardless of whatever you do, right? There would be cases where you really believe that you married the wrong person. If you practice some of these things, it will definitely help you to shift your mindset. But if you believe very sincerely that it is the wrong thing, it is the wrong person you've married, please seek spiritual guidance, seek counseling, seek therapy. As both of you do therapy or counseling sessions together, also seek to do individual therapy and individual counseling. It will help both of you. Thank you for listening to us on this episode of Life, Love, and Relationships. See you next week.